The next night, the three girls arrived at the secret auction in a sleek black limousine, courtesy of Hannah's endless wealth. The event was held at a secluded mansion on the outskirts of the city, guarded by men in sharp suits and earpieces. This wasn't an ordinary auction. It was a playground for the world's richest criminals, collectors, and power-hungry elites. Hannah, dressed in a high-slit black gown, stepped out first, exuding confidence. "All right, ladies, play it cool." Rosie followed, wearing an elegant dark red dress that made her look like the queen she once was. Her piercing gaze scanned the crowd, searching for anything that felt wrong. Inna, in a sleek navy blue dress, adjusted the earpiece Hannah had given her. "I still think we should have hacked the guest list instead of showing up like this." Hannah smirked. "Where's the fun in that?" As they stepped inside, the auctioneer's voice echoed through the grand hall. "Welcome, esteemed guests. Tonight, you will witness the unveiling of items lost to history and perhaps secrets that should have remained buried." Rows of items were displayed behind glass cases, ancient weapons, cursed relics, and artifacts that radiated an unsettling energy. But it was the final item that made Rosie's breath hitch. A golden amulet with strange markings. It pulsed faintly, as if it recognized her presence. Inna's eyes widened as she scanned it with a small hidden device. "This thing is old," she whispered. "Like, older than recorded history." Rosie clenched her fists. "That magic. I recognize it." Hannah smirked. "Then we're getting it." As soon as the auctioneer presented the amulet, a flurry of raised paddles followed. The price skyrocketed within seconds. Hannah leaned forward, casually raising her paddle. 5 million. A man across the room countered. 10 million. Hannah arched an eyebrow. 15. The mysterious bidder smirked. 50. Gasps echoed through the room. Even Hannah narrowed her eyes. "All right, someone really wants this thing." Rosie studied the man. Sharp features, cold eyes, and an aura of authority. He wasn't just a collector. He knew what the amulet was. Hannah sighed dramatically and leaned toward Inna. "Plan B." Inna grinned. "Already on it." As the auctioneer prepared to finalize the bid, the lights suddenly flickered and alarms blared. Chaos erupted as the security scrambled to control the situation. Hannah turned to Rosie. "Time to steal your destiny back." Dodging panicked guests, Inna hacked into the security system, unlocking the glass case. Rosie didn't hesitate. She reached for the amulet, feeling a familiar warmth surge through her. But just as she grasped it, a cold voice spoke behind her. "I wouldn't do that if I were you." Rosie turned sharply to see the mysterious bidder, now accompanied by armed guards. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "You don't know what you're holding," he said. Rosie tightened her grip. "Then enlighten me." The man took a step closer. "That amulet once belonged to the very king who cursed you." Rosie's heart pounded. He smirked. "And I intend to finish what he started." Before she could react, he raised a hand, and dark energy pulsed from his palm, aimed directly at her. But before it could reach her, Hannah kicked over a table, sending priceless artifacts crashing to the ground. "Time to go," she yelled. Inna grabbed Rosie's wrist, yanking her away just as Hannah threw a smoke bomb. The room filled with thick black smoke, and in the confusion, they sprinted toward the exit. The last thing Rosie heard was the man's voice, calm despite the chaos. "You can't run forever, Queen." Asterisk, asterisk. Back in Hannah's car, Rosie clutched the amulet tightly, her mind racing. "He knew who I was," she murmured. Inna, still catching her breath, nodded. "And if he has connections to the past, he might be able to send me back too." Hannah, still grinning from the thrill, glanced at them. "So, what's next?" Rosie looked down at the amulet. It was glowing faintly, as if calling to her. She exhaled. "We find him, and we end this." Back at Hannah's penthouse, the atmosphere was tense. The amulet pulsed faintly in Rosie's hand, its golden surface radiating an eerie warmth. She could feel it calling to her, whispering forgotten secrets of the past. "This is the key," she muttered. "This is connected to my curse." Hannah poured herself a drink, her usual smirk replaced by a calculating gaze. "And that guy at the auction? He clearly knew more than he let on." Inna pulled up a holographic display from a modified tablet. "I managed to hack into the auction's records. The man we ran into, his name is Dorian Vale, billionaire, collector of rare artifacts." And she paused, eyes widening. "Rumored to be over 100 years old." Rosie's grip tightened on the amulet. Then, he's not just a collector. He's someone who's lived through history. Hannah exhaled. Great. So we pissed off an immortal. Ina smirked. Not just pissed off. Stole from him. Hannah grinned. Even better. Rosie turned to them, her royal demeanor returning. We need to find him before he finds us. Ina's screen blinked. Too late. The security feeds outside the penthouse flickered. Black SUVs pulled up. Armed men in tactical gear stepped out. Hannah sighed. I just bought new furniture. Rosie stood, eyes burning with determination. Let them come.